Welcome back to your quiet space for building English confidence. Imagine a sound, a screech of tires and then a dull, heavy thump. That sound is every language learner's nightmare. You are sitting in the driver's seat. Your heart is hammering against your ribs. The car in front of you has stopped, and the driver is getting out. He looks angry. He is walking toward your window. You know you need to speak. You know you need to apologize and handle the situation, but your mind is completely blank. The fear has erased every English word you know.
I remember exactly how this feels. A few years ago, I was driving a rental car in Italy. I was trying to park in a very narrow street, and I accidentally scraped the side of a parked van. The owner came running out of a shop, shouting in Italian. I was so scared that I just froze. I didn't have the words to explain or to apologize or to ask for his insurance. I just handed him my wallet because I wanted the yelling to stop. It was humiliating. I felt like a child, not an adult.
That feeling of helplessness is what we are going to fix today. We are going to replace that panic with a script. By the end of this episode, you will have a complete safety script for the first 5 minutes of a minor car accident. You will learn exactly what to say to handle the situation calmly, exchange details, and leave safely without needing to hand over your wallet like Mark did.
That sounds perfect. And honestly, just having a plan makes the fear go away. When you know what to say, you don't have to panic.
Exactly. Let's start with the immediate reaction. The accident has just happened. You have hit the bumper of the car in front of you. It is a small accident, a fender bender, but the adrenaline is high. You stop the car. You take a deep breath. What is the very first thing you need to do?
My instinct is to jump out of the car and start saying, sorry, 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 over and over again.
That is a very natural instinct. We want to apologize because we feel guilty. However, in many English-speaking countries, and specifically in terms of insurance, you have to be careful with the word sorry. If you say, I am sorry too many times, or if you say, it was my fault, you are admitting legal liability. You are telling the world, I am guilty.
That is a tricky balance. We want to be polite humans, but we also want to protect ourselves legally. So what should we say instead?
We need to check for safety first. Before we talk about who was wrong, we talk about health. This shifts the focus from anger to care. The very first phrase you should say when you open your door is everyone okay?
Is everyone okay?
Yes, it is simple but powerful. If the other driver is angry, this question forces them to stop and think about their body, not their bumper. It changes the tone of the conversation immediately. Let's practice that. I want you to imagine the other driver looking at you. Look them in the eye and say, is everyone okay?
Is everyone okay?
Good. Now let's add the apology. We want to use a soft apology. This expresses regret that the accident happened, but it does not strictly admit legal fault in the same way as saying, I was driving dangerously. You can say, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you stop.
I'm so sorry, I didn't see you stop. That feels natural. It explains why it happened. I didn't see you, without saying I am a bad driver.
Exactly. It validates their frustration. They stopped, and you hit them. Acknowledging that fact helps calm them down. Let's try another variation. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you were braking.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you were braking.
Perfect. Now, imagine the other driver is visibly upset. Maybe they are throwing their hands in the air. This is the moment where you might freeze. You might feel the urge to get back in your car, but you need to stay present. You need to de-escalate, which means bringing the emotion down. A great phrase for this is, let's pull over to a safe spot so we can talk.
That is a very practical sentence. Let's pull over to a safe spot so we can talk. It gives us a job to do. Instead of standing in the middle of the road shouting, we are moving the cars.
Precisely. It turns the two of you into a team with a shared goal, safety. If you are on a busy highway, this is essential. You cannot exchange insurance papers in the middle of traffic. So you say, let's pull over, or let's move to the side of the road.
What if the other driver refuses? What if they say, no, look what you did to my car?
Then you stay calm and repeat the safety concern. I see the damage, but it is not safe here. Please follow me to the side. You are being the responsible adult in the room. Even if your English is not perfect, your calm behavior speaks loudly.
Okay, so we've moved the cars. We're on the side of the road. We get out, we look at the damage. It's just a scratch or a dent, nothing terrible, but the silence is awkward. What happens next?
Now we enter the information exchange phase. This is the part that usually scares learners the most because it involves specific vocabulary and writing things down. You might be shaking a little bit. Your hands might be trembling. That is okay. You don't need to write perfectly. You just need to get the data.
Right. In my story in Italy, this is where I failed. I didn't know what to ask for. I knew I needed his name, but what else?
You need 3 main things: the driver's license, the insurance information, and a phone number. And you need to give yours to them. The best way to start this is to be proactive. Don't wait for them to demand it. You offer it first. This shows you are honest. You say, "Let's exchange details. Here is my driving license and insurance."
Let's exchange details. Here is my driving license and insurance.
Yes. Note the vocabulary. Details covers everything: name, number, address. It is a great catch-all word. And insurance. Make sure you pronounce that clearly. Insurance. Stress the second syllable. Insurance.
Insurance.
Good. Now you hand them your documents. While they are looking at yours, you need to see theirs. You can ask, "Could I see your driver's license and insurance card, please?"
Could I see your driver's license and insurance card, please?
And here is a modern trick that saves so much stress. Writing down long numbers with shaking hands is difficult. You might copy a number wrong. So instead of writing, use your phone. Ask this: "Do you mind if I take a photo of your documents?"
Oh, that is much better. Do you mind if I take a photo of your documents? That way I have the exact spelling of their name, the exact policy number, and the address with 0 mistakes.
Exactly. And it is faster. Most people will say yes because they want to leave quickly too. So you take a picture of the license, you take a picture of the insurance card, and then you take a picture of the cars.
The cars?
Yes, you need evidence of the damage, and not just the damage on your car, but the damage on their car. This protects you. If they go home and hit a wall later, they might try to blame that new damage on you. If you have a photo of the scene, you are safe. So you can say, "I'm going to take a few photos of the damage for the insurance company."
I'm going to take a few photos of the damage for the insurance company. That sounds very professional. It sounds like I know what I am doing.
That is the key, Mark. Even if you are terrified inside, using these standard professional phrases makes you look in control. It calms the other person down because they see you are handling it correctly.
What about phone numbers? Sometimes insurance documents don't have the driver's current mobile number on them.
Correct. You should always ask for a direct number. What is the best number to reach you at?
What is the best number to reach you at?
And then, crucially, call it immediately. Stand there, dial the number, and wait for their phone to ring. Why do we do that?
To make sure it is a real number. If they give you a fake number and drive away, you are in trouble. So you say, "I'll give you a quick ring now so you have my number too." It sounds polite, like you are giving them your number, but actually you are verifying theirs. That is very smart. "I'll give you a quick ring now so you have my number too."
Now, before we move to the next step, let's address a common problem. Sometimes the other driver doesn't want to use insurance. Maybe they say, "Hey, this is just a small scratch. Why don't you just pay me $200 cash right now and we forget about it?"
Oh, I have heard about this. It's very common in some cities. They want to settle it privately. It puts a lot of pressure on you.
It does. And as a learner, you might feel pressure to agree just to escape the situation. But this is risky. You don't know the real cost of the repair. It might be $200 or it might be $2,000 once they look under the bumper. You should almost always refuse cash deals on the side of the road.
How do we refuse politely without making them angry?
You blame the rules. You make it seem like you have no choice. You say, "I'm sorry, but I prefer to go through insurance."
I am sorry, but I prefer to go through insurance.
If they push you, come on, it's easier. Don't worry about the paperwork. You just repeat it firmly. "I understand, but I need to follow the proper procedure. I prefer to go through insurance."
That is a good phrase to memorize. I need to follow the proper procedure. It sounds like I am a rule follower, not that I am being difficult personally.
Exactly. It removes the personal conflict. You're just following the rules.
This is feeling much more manageable now. We have stopped safely, we have apologized softly, we have exchanged photos of documents, and we have avoided a cash negotiation.
We are halfway through the script, but there is one big variable left: the police. But before we get to that, I want to take a brief moment. We are building this script so you feel safe. We are breaking down a huge, scary event into small, manageable sentences. If you find this approach helpful, If you like having a quiet space to practice real-life English without pressure, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us keep creating these lessons for you. And if you know a friend who gets nervous speaking English, share this channel with them. Okay, let's talk about the police.
When do we need to call the police? In some countries, you call them for everything, even a scratch. In others, they won't come unless someone is injured.
That is true, and it varies by country and state. Generally, in the UK or US, for a minor scratch with no injuries, the police might not come. However, if the other driver is aggressive, if they refuse to give you their insurance, or if you suspect they are drunk, you must call the police. Or if the damage is significant, so the car cannot move.
Okay, so let's say the other driver is shouting at me. They are really angry, and I feel unsafe. What do I do?
You get back in your car, lock the doors, roll up the window. Safety is more important than politeness. Then you call the emergency number. In the US, it is 911. In the UK, 999. In Europe, 112. You need to tell the operator exactly where you are and what is happening.
I think describing the location is hard when you are panicked. I am on the road near a tree. That is not very helpful.
Right. You need to look for landmarks. Street signs are best, but if you are on a highway, look for mile markers or exit signs. A good sentence structure is, I have been in a minor accident at location.
I have been in a minor accident at the corner of Main Street and Fifth Avenue.
Good. And if the other driver is scary, you add, the other driver is aggressive and I feel unsafe.
The other driver is aggressive and I feel unsafe.
Now, let's go back to the standard scenario. Everyone is calm. You have exchanged details. You don't need the police. How do you say goodbye? This is an awkward moment. You just crashed into their car. You can't exactly say, have a nice day.
True. Have a nice day sounds sarcastic after an accident.
Exactly. So we keep it neutral and professional. You can say, I will contact my insurance company as soon as I get home.
I will contact my insurance company as soon as I get home.
And then simply drive safely.
Drive safely. It is ironic, but it is a polite wish for the rest of their journey.
It is the standard closing. It signals that the interaction is over. You get in your car, you wait for them to leave, or you leave carefully, and then you take a massive deep breath because you did it.
You survived. You spoke English under high pressure.
Let's put this all together. We are going to run a simulation. I want you to shadow Mark. He is going to be the driver who caused the accident. I will be the other driver. I will start a bit annoyed, and Mark will de-escalate me. Listen to his tone. He is calm, he is polite, he is not defensive. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, watch where you're going. You just hit my bumper.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. But look at my car.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see you stop. Let's pull over to a safe spot so we can talk.
Fine. Let's pull over there.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's exchange details. Here is my driving license and insurance.
Okay, here's mine.
Do you mind if I take a photo of your documents? It is faster than writing it down.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Look, it's just a scratch. Maybe we can just settle this now? Do you have cash?
I am sorry, but I prefer to go through insurance. It is safer for both of us.
Fine, whatever.
I'm going to take a few photos of the damage for the insurance company.
Okay.
What is the best number to reach you at?
555-0199.
Thanks. I'll give you a quick ring now so you have my number too. Okay, it's ringing.
Got it.
I will contact my insurance company as soon as I get home. Drive safely.
You too.
And cut. Wow. Hearing it all together like that, it really flows. It is a logical sequence.
It is. It is a choreography. Step 1, safety check. Step 2, move the cars. Step 3, documents and photos. Step 4, closing. When you have a choreography, you don't have to think. You just follow the steps.
And the biggest takeaway for me is the tone. In the role play, when I said, "Is everyone okay?" your anger dropped by 50%. You stopped yelling about the bumper and answered the question about your health.
That is the psychology of de-escalation. It is very hard to scream at someone who is asking about your safety. It breaks the loop of anger.
I want to ask about pronunciation regarding the alphabet. When we are reading license plates, that can be tricky. Is that a B or a P? Is that an M or an N?
That is a fantastic point. In a stressful situation, letters sound the same. B and D and E and P and T and V all rhyme. It is a recipe for disaster. I highly recommend using the NATO phonetic alphabet, or at least common words, to clarify.
You mean like A for Alpha, B for Bravo?
Yes, but if you don't know the military words, just use common names or cities. B for boy, P for Paris, M for Mary, N for New York.
That is much easier. So if the license plate is 4BD, I can say 4, B for boy, D for dog.
Exactly. Do not be afraid to clarify. If you write down the wrong license plate number, you might as well have no number at all. So ask, is that B for boy or V for Victor?
Is that B for boy or V for Victor?
Also, numbers can be tricky. 15 and 50, 13 and 30.
Oh, the classic learner struggle. 15, 50.
In a noisy roadside environment, exaggerate the stress. 15, 50, and verify it. That's 50, right?
That's 50, right?
This level of detail, checking the letters, checking the numbers, shows the other driver that you are serious. You are not running away. You are handling the business, and that makes them trust you.
Trust is everything in this situation. If they trust you, they won't call the police. They won't scream. They will just want to get home, same as you.
Exactly. We have covered a lot of ground today. We started with the panic of the crash, and we moved all the way to the polite goodbye. This is a lot of new vocabulary. Insurance, license, pullover, damage, fender bender.
Fender bender. I love that term. It sounds almost cute for something so stressful. A fender is the part of the car over the wheel, right?
Yes, in American English. In British English, we might call it a bumper or a wing, but fender bender is a universal rhyme for a small accident.
And it implies that the car is bent but not destroyed. The people are okay, just the metal is bent.
Precisely. Remember, metal can be fixed. Cars can be repainted. The most important thing is that you stay calm, you stay safe, and you communicate clearly.
I feel like I could actually handle this now. I mean, I hope I never have to. I hope I never have to use a single sentence from this episode. But if I do, I won't just hand over my wallet like I did in Italy.
And that is real confidence. Confidence isn't knowing everything perfectly. It's knowing you have a tool for the difficult moments.
So what should our listeners do now? We have given them a lot of phrases.
I have a specific challenge for you. This is not a homework assignment. This is a safety preparation task. I want you to go to your phone right now. Open your voice recorder app or just create a new playlist. I want you to save this episode and label it Travel Safety or Emergency English.
That is a great idea. Don't rely on finding it later on YouTube when you are standing on the side of the highway with spotty internet. Download it, save it.
Yes, have it offline. If you ever have a fender bender, you can literally put one headphone in your ear and let us guide you through the conversation. Listen to the phrase, pause, and say it to the other driver. There is no shame in that.
It's like having a personal translator in your pocket.
Exactly. And for your practice this week, imagine you are the other driver. Look at your own car. Walk around it. Practice saying, here is a scratch on the bumper. Here is a dent in the door. Get comfortable naming the parts of your own car.
Bumper, headlight, mirror, door handle, tire.
Simple words, but words you need when it matters.
Thank you for walking us through this, Anna. It turned a nightmare scenario into a checklist.
You are very welcome. Remember, mistakes happen. Accidents happen. They don't make you a bad English speaker, and they don't make you a bad person. They are just problems to be solved. And now you have the words to solve them. Drive safely, everyone.
Drive safely. Bye.